Well, hello there, Retro PC Durham. It's Chris here with another video, and we got another PC parts pickup review. So we got some unboxing going on here. I got a whole bunch of parts this time around. Holy moly! Usually the way these videos work for PC parts pickup is it's not all one pickup. This will be like a week or 2 weeks or maybe even a whole month worth of me getting stuff from donations, and sometimes here we've got a rare case where I actually go and buy something, and it may actually be something I plan on reusing for something I'm going to sell, as opposed to the machines that I build up to donate. So that's why sometimes it's a small load, sometimes a big load. In this case, I've got at least 3 separate donations that are all together here. I'm going to go through all of them as efficiently as I possibly can, because there is quite a bit. So first off, I'm going to show off this video card. So I picked this up off of, I believe, Facebook Marketplace. This is a used GTX 660, and it's a 3 gig version as opposed to the usual like 2 gig version that you would get. In good condition. I actually haven't tested this, but the kid I bought it off of said it worked absolutely fine until he upgraded his graphics card last year, and he got a 20 series RTX card, and this has just been sitting in his closet, and it works fine as far as he knows. So I picked this up because I was actually planning on making an X99 based system to build up and, you know, kind of make a machine, and I'm going to sell it. And I wanted to get a video card that would be, you know, not too powerful, but still good enough to be able to handle some AAA games at low settings. And so I've been keeping an eye out on things, and this 660 came up, so I picked it up for a really good price. And I'm going to put this back in, actually, I'm going to put it back in the bag for now. We'll deal with that after we've actually gone through everything, because there's so much to go through. So let me go through here and see. First, we got our first box. Now, I haven't opened up any boxes that are closed. These have not been opened, so if it's filled with cockroach bodies, you know, I'm scared. All right, what do we got here? We have got a box of adapters. My goodness. Someone decided to drop their adapter set here for their socket wrench. A little rusty, interesting. Okay, we've got a Hewlett-Packard AC/DC adapter. Pretty generic. We've got another Hewlett-Packard with the larger plug. That's the one I'm more familiar with HP laptops. We've got a Delta Electronics, which could be anything. I'm going to guess that this is for a Dell. Usually the Delta Electronics ones I've found in the past have all been for that. And then I'm guessing this is off of this no-name AC adapter as well. We have an old style ThinkPad adapter, the small barrel plug. Those are always good to have around. Okay, I see another Lenovo adapter here. This looks like this may be off like an IdeaPad, because it's pretty small, but this plug here is, I don't know if that's the same or not, but I was pretty sure that when it comes to Lenovo for ThinkPad, they switched to the larger size barrel plug pretty quickly. Another HP adapter here. We've got another HP adapter here, which, there we go. There's another Delta adapter with this small plug here. And then we've got a no-name brand power supply, which has got a pretty big plug on that one. That might be actually useful, because I've got an old D-Link NAS that needs this type of plug connection. So this might actually be perfect for that. So cool. And then this HP adapter, which is for a printer. That's that connector here. I can obviously tell that's for one of their inkjet printers, which I don't do stuff with printers, especially inkjet printers. There's really not a heck of a lot of value in them. The ink is the only thing that's worthwhile inside them. All right, next box we have is, this one looks interesting. This one looks like it might be, okay, we've got laptop batteries. There's a TI 30X 2S, which is Yeah, it still works. So there we go, a TI-30X. Pretty good in decent condition. Plastic frame is not destroyed yet. Yeah, okay, that's okay. All right, now we've got a bunch of laptop batteries. So we've got an HP, a Toshiba, which looks very similar in size, but a lot of times these batteries are, you know, somewhat the same, and then they move them around, move some of the parts around a little bit. We have a no-name brand, but I'm gonna take a guess that based on this right here, this is a Dell third-party battery. So this is for a Dell, but it's because it's got this little charger notice, which I see on Dell batteries a lot, and but it's a third party because it doesn't actually say Dell. Another HP, a Toshiba battery for must be a big laptop because it's a pretty big hefty battery. We have an IBM battery here. This is a larger size battery, slice battery, I think. I'm not sure what this is off of, which laptop this belongs to. And then we've got another third party here, no name brand. And lastly, we do have a Dell battery, Dell branded battery here that is sitting and available. Okay, so a couple laptop batteries. They may or may not actually be functional, and I may or may not have a laptop to go with them. Okay, so now let's get through the next couple things here. I've got some screens. I've got a, let me move the camera actually to show these a little bit better. Okay, so we've got a Samsung. This is a SyncMaster 206BW. Seems like it's in pretty good condition. As far as I know, the people who said, come pick them up, these are in fully usable condition. So I'm going to put this guy down here, hopefully without dropping it on that cable that I left attached for some reason, not thinking. All right, next up we got an Acer. This is an Acer AL1916W. And that is supposedly still in perfectly usable condition, so that's good. That's two monitors, and then, lucky, and I've actually had one of these before, an X193W from Acer, and funnily enough, what I was told by the guy that donated this, the power button is finicky, and you really got to kind of work it to get it going on, and the previous one I had of this monitor had the exact same problem. So I'm assuming, having it happen twice, that this was actually a problem with this brand. But there we go, 3 monitors that are probably going to be like 900p, and that's perfect, well, more than perfect, for going along with a desktop that I'm going to be, or a bunch of desktops, to get for donations. Okay, next up, we got a bag of what? Who knows? It's Dell stuff. We have a Dell keyboard here with a like dial thing going on, and it's kind of dirty. We got the wrist rest for it. Look at this, look at that. What, ew. I don't even want to know. Those are going to need a bit of a cleaning. We got some cables here, power cables and VGA cables that went along with something, and then a Dell PS2. It is a optical mouse, which is good, but it is PS2. That's fine. I have plenty of machines that have PS2 connectors on them. So for, actually, wait a minute. Is this that's a keyboard. Well, they're tangled up. Come on, Chris. It's a USB mouse. Okay, no problem. So we got a USB mouse, another optical mouse, and a PS2 keyboard is fine. Again, as I mentioned, I've got plenty of these machines to donate that have PS2 ports on them. So the fact that it's going to be PS2 based is not an issue at all, and another optical mouse is always helpful. Okay, next up, we have a Dell, I think this is Dell, a Dell replacement keyboard. No idea if this is still any good. It looks a little bit dirty, so who knows if this is an old keyboard that is no longer functioning or not. Interesting. And then there's another lid here. We've got 2 more. So another keyboard here. And then one more, and this one, that is not level anymore, and it is quite filthy. So yeah, all right. Well, we'll take a look at the part numbers on these, and we will see if they are usable, and if they are something that I think I might use in the future, we'll keep them around. Otherwise, they might be ready for visiting their final destination. All right, I've got a couple adapters and screws here for some Dell hard drive clips, and that's actually to go along with, oh boy, oh, these guys are so heavy. Oh, one of these guys. This is a Dell Dimension 8300. One of these old clamshell jobbies. They are heavy. There's a button on the top, and there's the same button on the bottom, and you have to click them both, and then you can open it up, and it opens up like a clamshell. It's just ridiculous. So we've got I don't know what processor's in there. I'm going to assume it's a Pentium 4 socket 478. It's got 4 memory slots, and this is DDR memory. So yeah, I'm going to say this is a Pentium 4 socket 478, which is interesting because finding a Pentium 4 that can handle that can do hyperthreading, there's only like a couple like 2 or 3 late models that had it and had NX bit to be able to run Windows 10. The concern would be, even though this has 4 DIMM slots, is whether or not this can actually take anything more than 2 gig of RAM at the most. So I took a quick look at the system board when I opened this system up actually and had to blow it out, give it a little blowy in the backyard before I brought it inside the house. So I did, kind of have a cursory glance at the condition. It doesn't look like there's any bad caps, but again, I don't know if a machine like this is going to be able to handle anything going forward. So this may be a restoration and resell machine. Although I'll be honest with you. I'll be perfectly honest with you. I hate this case. I've always hated this case. I hate this case with a passion. It's heavy. It's unwieldy. It doesn't make any sense. There's no reason why you should have this way of opening it with the buttons on the top and the bottom. I don't like it. I don't like you, old style Dell Dimension heavy desktop tower computer that has a weird design. Anyways, we'll move on to the next thing here, and that is a big heavy box filled with goodness knows what. So we'll start off here with this system board, which is an Acer system board. Cursory glance doesn't give me a model number, so I'm going to assume this is built for someone else. I can see that the battery here is corroded a little bit. Catch that? Can you catch that? Let me see if I can move this over here a little bit more. See that? A little bit of corrosion there. I don't know if that's something that was spilled or if this battery has been damaged, but yeah, anyways. So here's the system board here. The fan has been removed from the top of the cooling block. So interesting. I'm gonna say this is another 478. And again, the caps are okay. We've got 2 DDR slots, PCI expansion only. So you're relying on, I guess, the onboard video from whatever chipset this is using. So yeah, this is going to be probably a board that maybe we can use for a Windows 98 PC. We'll have to find out more about the specs and driver story on these. All right, next up, we've got some kind of adapter. I'm going to remove the protective coating. Okay, this is an Acer FireWire adapter, PCI, and it's just external FireWire. I don't know if I've actually ever seen a FireWire card that only has external FireWire ports. Usually they have the 1 or 2 ports on the back, and then an internal port that's either for connecting something internally or for running a patch cable out to the front of the computer. This is just for the rear. Anyways, so yeah, not really much use for these type of cards anymore, but I do have 2 or 3 of them, and I have kept them around because I have a feeling that there is some use for them. They're not like as bad as modems, but you know, maybe I'm wrong. Hey, leave me a comment below. Is there something that you would use a FireWire card for? Obviously, it's PCI slot, so it's got to be going into an older machine, but is there some reason why you'd want to have FireWire ports? Okay, we've got here a DVD burner SATA. Looks like we have a couple of these. Another DVD multi-burner SATA. A IDE DVD ROM drive. I have so many optical drives. We've got a cool Sony one. Look at the front on this. It's all shiny. Dual rewritable double layer dual layer. And it's IDE based. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. That must have come out of a custom machine or something. Another Super Multi IDE based. A DVD ROM only. SATA DVD ROM. Interesting. And then we've got some power supplies. We got a little light jobby here. This is a TR 450 watt. Sure it is. It's very light. 450 watt power supply. It's pretty clean looking. I won't make the mistake of trying this out plugged into a machine. I will open it up completely first and review all of the capacitors before I try to do anything with it, because I have made the mistake many times of doing that. But it is, you know, it doesn't look like it's too late in the game. It's weird. It's a 20 pin, but it does have SATA connectors. So yeah, weird. I think that's weird. I think why would you have SATA connectors if you haven't reached a 24 pin yet? Okay, we've got another one here. SPI, Sparkle Power International. Wow, 400 watts, 348 watts max. So 350 watt power supply. This is a 20. Yeah, this one's got the adapter. So this is a 24 pin. And it looks like it's got a 6 pin. We got a 6 pin for GPU graphics. And we've got a couple SATA connectors. Good. Okay, this is a good, assuming that all of the, you know, just take a quick look in here through the grill and everything. It's a little dirty. I'm going to have to take this guy outside after I get the lid off and give him a blowy. But the caps look like, the ones that I can see look like they're in pretty good condition. So this guy might be usable. That's excellent. Good stuff. Good stuff. Okay, we got another one here. This is a Pentium 4 power supply. It's also not turning on. So this is a completely no name brand, no information, a little dusty inside. I hear things rattling around inside of it as well. So yeah, this guy might not be surviving to move forward. Who knows? 20 pin power. It's got the old like single AT power supply in here as well. Yeah, so we'll test that guy out, but not expecting much. And then we have this TurboLink 450 watt power supply. This guy is very dusty, but he does have, I'm going to assume this has got 24 pin power. No, I see no 24 pin power. Again, another one of these. That's weird. So it's got SATA connectors. It's only got 4 pins for CPU, which is okay, but it's only got a 20 pin power, and it looks like it says 20. Oh, look. It's hiding. It's hiding. There it is. There's the other 4 pins. Sorry about the dust that just came off of this. Woo. Yikes. Okay, cool. So we've got all these power supplies ready to go as well. Let me put this last one down. We'll have to test those ones after we open them up and do a physical inspection. All right, let's take a look at the last couple of things we've got here. I've got this. Well, that fell off. Oops. I've got this case here, all empty, but it's in pretty good condition. Used to have a Core 2 Duo inside, but pretty decent condition. for us to build a machine out of. So that's kind of cool. Always good to have another case that's in good condition that we can work with. And then we've got this HP machine, which I've worked on quite a number of these pavilions. This one is an A1740N. Now, whether or not it'll still be an A1740N when I get done with it, it remains to be seen, of course. We'll pop the lid off here and take a quick gander inside to see how things are doing. Optical drives have all been removed. Memory's been removed. Yeah, interesting. What did it say it is on the front? It's an Intel Core 2 Duo. So, socket 7 LGA 775 system board. Looks like it's in decent condition. Visual inspection, I don't see any bad caps. So this guy might be one that's worth using. We've got 4 memory DIMM slots, so even if this is just DDR2, I should have still plenty of 1 gig DDR2 memory DIMM, so we can get 4 gig of RAM in here and get this machine up and running and fixed up pretty nicely. And the case is still in pretty decent condition. Cool. Alrighty, so that is the entire list. That was a lot of stuff that we just went through. And yeah, I wanted to show it off for you. So hope you enjoyed that. If any of this stuff looks familiar to you and you want to put some comments in, please don't hesitate to do so. As always, I want to thank you for watching. I hope you're staying safe and healthy, and we'll catch you in the next one.